In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use Supabase GraphQL. We'll start inside the Supabase dashboard. First, go to Supabase and open the dashboard for your account. Once you're there, click on the project you want to work with. This is important because GraphQL is enabled and configured at the project level, so you need to be inside the correct project before making any changes. After opening the project, click on Database in the left side menu. This is where you manage your database structure, extensions, and related tools. From there, click on Extensions. Supabase supports several PostgreSQL extensions, and the one we need for GraphQL is called PG-GraphQL. In the extensions section, search for PG-GraphQL and toggle it to enabled. Enabling this extension adds GraphQL support to your database, which allows you to query your data using a GraphQL endpoint instead of relying only on REST or direct SQL access. Next, go to the table editor and click New Table. This gives you a place to create a table that GraphQL can expose. Even if your project already has tables, this step helps confirm that your database has the structure you want to query. Make sure your table and columns are set up clearly because your GraphQL schema will reflect your database design. Once that's done, go to Project Settings and click on API. This area contains the connection details you'll need to access your project programmatically. Here, copy your project URL because this will serve as the base for your GraphQL endpoint. Depending on your setup, you'll use that project URL with the GraphQL path required by Supabase. While you're still in the API section, copy your non-public API key. This key is commonly used for client-side access, but make sure you handle it carefully and only use it in the appropriate context. Even public keys should be managed responsibly. With your endpoint and API key ready, the next step is to test queries in GraphQL. This is a great way to confirm that GraphQL is working correctly. You can paste in your endpoint, provide the necessary authorization headers, and run test queries against your tables. If something doesn't work, double check that the extension is enabled and that your tables exist as expected. Finally, configure row-level security, or RLS. This step is essential because GraphQL Access still respects your database security rules. If RLS is enabled, your queries will only return data allowed by your policies. That means you need to make sure the right policies are in place so your GraphQL API is both functional and secure. And that's how to use Supabase GraphQL, from enabling the extension to testing queries and securing access properly.